Good evening, I'm Sky Harlan. We're down here at Shelly Beach on the Central Coast. We're about to release more than 100 endangered loggerhead turtle hatchlings. It's been more than a 2-month process since locals discovered their mother here wandering back into the tides. Now today we get to return them home. Tiny and precious, it's been a mammoth effort to make sure these little guys made it homeward bound. It's the further south the nest has been discovered on record, so every step of the way has been handled with care. National Parks and Wildlife Service, Central Coast Council, along with Taronga Zoo and Marine Wildlife Rescue Central Coast playing vital roles.
All the way to the water's edge.
And the community's response just as heartwarming.
How great is it to be down here and finally releasing the turtles?
Oh my God, we couldn't be more excited. I think there's quite a few emotional volunteers here today on the beach just waiting to get these turtles out there where they belong. But yeah.
We've talked to a lot of organisations already, but it's been a big, community/wildlife organisation effort. Talk us through, how many volunteers and all the different organisations that have been a part of this.
Yeah, so, with us, our hands-on have been, over 80 days. Not only were we monitoring the nests and, helping put the black sand, the fox proofing. When national parks couldn't get black sand for the nest, we'd be driving down to Blacktown, picking up. Lots of help from council. We had probably over 15 to 20 volunteers because not only were we looking after the nests, Loggerhead, when she lays the nest, she might lay up to 6 other nests. So we were then scouring the other beaches to see if we could find other nests just to make sure that we could protect all the eggs. So, when we were invited by National Parks to continue monitoring and being a really huge part of this, we were all just so thrilled and, to be able to be here today. We're just so excited.
And I guess to have that success rate of having, nearly all of them survive, only losing, what was it, 4 at the beginning of the eggs, and then to be able to have, 100 here to be able to put out to sea back home today.
Oh, look, it's significantly important that because this will be a majority male, if not 100% male, that is needed out there for that population because, up with the climate change up north, they're breeding mainly females. So to get these males back out into this environment for this critically endangered species, it's just amazing.
It's such a feat, actually. We didn't think we'd make it, and we have, and it's great. So they've obviously hatched really well at Taronga. They've transported them back here, ready to release here this evening.
And obviously this has been a 2-month process from start to finish when they were first sighted here. But this is the furthest south that this species has been found.
Exactly. So it is a furthest south recorded nesting event for the loggerhead turtle. That is a feat in itself. Temperature was key in the management of this site. We tried to keep them in situ for as long as possible by introducing some black sand there. Overall, the black sand kept the temperature at least 1 degree higher overall. That's an untested theory. So we've got a lot of data from this little event, and it's worked really well. Of course, the temperatures dipped too low, so we had a trigger point of about 22 degrees, and then the decision was made to get them up, get them to Taronga so we can have as many hatch as possible.
Yeah, so we had these 2 esky incubators arrive at Taronga about 10 or more days ago, I think it was, and all the eggs were in those incubators in the sand with heating, and it was we monitored every day. It was only a couple of days until we actually the first turtle hatched, and it was very exciting. Of course, each day we had a peek inside, and then nothing, and then suddenly bang. The first couple hatched, and then it was pretty much every day from then more and more were hatching, and it's been quite incredible. We weren't expecting anything like the number that have hatched. The success rate is phenomenal. Today we've got 93. There's another 20 or so still left at the zoo that were not quite ready to come with us today. They only hatched in the last few days, and so it's beyond our expectations really to have these 93 here today.
If you spot any of the turtles in distress or other marine wildlife, please call Marine Wildlife Rescue Central Coast on 0478 439965. Sky Hull, CC News Media.